Hello, Dragonlings. It says we're live. I'm going to double check it in a second and make sure we actually are live. If you are new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under Hegyes. And while I am double checking everything and making sure everything is copacetic, I will let Steph introduce herself. So take it away, Stephanie.
Hi, for anyone that's new here. My name is Stephanie. I am writing my small town romance series under my name, Stephanie Ravenson. What else was I going to say? Oh, I'm working on more stuff as we speak, and I think that's it. There is some other stuff I was going to say. I forget. I need to write it. I keep on saying I need to write it down. Currently, I'm the author of 4 small town romance novels, soon to be 5.
There you go.
There you go. Yes, I'll do that.
All right, so some housekeeping stuff before we get started with today. If you are new to my channel, welcome, first of all. Second, when we do these live streams, what we tend to do is 4 25-minute sprints with some 5-minute minimum chit-chatty breaks in between. Sometimes we go longer. Usually we go longer. And then we use a cat timer. Her name is Nixie. Nixie will join us on screen, and she will be our timer when we're doing sprints. And when she's on the screen, we're going to be muted. And I also like to put up writing prompts for anyone who wants to write but doesn't know what they want to write about. And so that's that. Other things that I want to mention is that next week, Monday at 6 a.m., I'm going to be live streaming for the start of the 7-day book challenge. I do need to include a link. I don't think I put it in the description because I am not smart. So I'm also very, very tired. I am running on with no sleep in like 24 hours. So forgive me for anything I forget in the time period.
But if you guys need the link, I think pretty sure she posted it on her community tab. I talked about it on my community tab. She has live streams. I have live streams. We're gonna have live streams coming over, so lots of us around.
And then next weekend is also the Storyteller Hearth writing relay streams. It's like starts next Saturday, I think. I cannot remember. I did not sign up for any of those.
I didn't either.
Not this time.
Too much going on.
Yeah. And then not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after, the very last weekend in June, is the AuthorTube Writing Conference, AWC. So I will not be live streaming that weekend. I need to still go back into StreamYard and cancel that live stream because I am going to take off that weekend so that I can watch AWC stuff that I missed during the day. So, forewarning, no live stream that weekend. And I think that's all the housekeeping stuff.
Oh, I do have something to share. I decided I'm going to try to commit to 1 live stream of my own a week. Like, you can join, like, I don't care. Like, but I'm on my channel doing 1 live stream.
Solo.
If anybody wants to join me, be my guest, but it's going to be on Tuesdays in the late evening time, like 9:30, probably like 10:30 around this time.
Okay.
Why Tuesday? Because I thought it was a good day. Monday's my most busy day, so I was like, nothing on Monday. The fact that I'm streaming Monday night is insane, but I'm also on break from school for one of the kids, so like my day's not totally taken up of stuff.
That's cool. For now. I think that's it. So I can say hi to everyone in the chat. We've got other things that are coming up, but we'll get to them later after we're finished with doing 7-day book challenge stuff. So one event at a time.
Just know we're going to be writing lots of words and sharing lots of our faces everywhere. So just let us know if we have a zit appearing on your nose and we'll be fine.
Yep. Also, I am very burnt. So if I look red, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am sunburnt. This will be the last thing before I say hi to everyone in the chat. So the truck's been having problems. We scheduled it to go into the shop, and they warned us. They were like, it's going to take us about 8 hours to make all the repairs we need to make because there was quite a few. So it went into the shop this morning, and we were without a vehicle, but still stuck in town because there was the kite festival today, and I was running around and doing a bunch of other stuff after work as far as errands go. So yes, we've been walking around town. My watch says I've walked over 22,000 steps today alone since midnight, and I am exhausted, and I am a lobster. I am a lobster, and this is with wearing sunscreen. Wear sunscreen, people. It still doesn't help me, but it should help you. So I'm burnt to a crisp, and my skin is now sticky because I had my husband put aloe vera on me because that's the only way I was going to get away with doing anything without screaming, because right now my clothing is hurting me.
Why are you not
loose clothing?
Why aren't you just not wearing like a tank top?
Because the tank top was actually scratching at my skin. The material was scratching at my skin, and I was just like, nope, I can't do it.
Oh boy.
So I needed something looser.
Got it.
My tank tops are a little on the tighter side. So with all that being said, I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat because I've got some peoples here. Let's see. JC is here. Hello, hello. Sarah is here. CJ and I are hanging out, so I'm up, but I'm also lurking. Sarah is very good at lurking, and I appreciate it. Hello, hello. JC saying hi to Nixie and both of us. PJ is here. Hello. Hope is here. Hey, y'all. Nice to be here. Found you through the AuthorTube playlist and was up seriously late, so I thought I had to get some writing done. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
It's so nice to hear when that playlist form finds new viewers. So it's really nice.
I think that's the one link that is like permanently in the description of all my videos. Straight up permanently in videos. And yes, that is a lot of steps. Surprisingly, I'm actually not tired and my feet don't hurt, which says a lot because I stepped in mud a couple times. And so my feet and socks are wet and not just from sweat. So surprisingly, that doesn't hurt. Just where the sunburn is. That's it. That's all that hurts. What hilarious things will Stephanie do this evening? What are you going to do this evening? Speaking of things we're doing.
I want to know what she's referring to.
Everything. All the shenanigans.
Oh, when I told her to join us on the 12-hour stream, I think maybe that was something funny.
Oh, that's very possible. That is another thing we have coming up. That's that's the first weekend of July. When we get near the end of the 7-Day Book Challenge, we'll talk about that more.
Well, I am working on my next small town romance. It's going to be an age gap. Don't worry, both people are well above the age of consent. They're like in their 20s and 30s. I am getting ready to start chapter 2. So here's the thing, people. I grew up in a small town on the Oregon coast, so that's where my book is set, on a small town on the Oregon coast. But also, I was thinking in my head, this town was like 8,000 population, right? So I look it up. Wonder how big of a place it actually was. Barely 1,000. Even when I was living there, it was barely 1,000. So, there's that.
And I currently live in a small town that has we were looking up censuses earlier, and I think the last census that we had was you said 2020 for one of yours, and I think 2022 was the last time we had a census, and it was like 3,000, right around 3,000, a little over, a little under, I don't remember which. So, and I can tell you this, there is 500 kids in the high school alone. So there is half your a third of your population right there almost between all the kids between the elementary and high school.
The high school that I went to for 7th and 8th grade and through high school served 5 or 6 small towns. So you got bussed in. And then the same thing with the elementary one. So maybe that's why it seems so much bigger to me. Maybe. Just give me an hour and then my hilariousness will ensue.
And I'm super tired, so I'm just going to be dragging all night, and I apologize for that. I've got no energy left. A small part of me debated on canceling the live stream because honestly, I didn't even know if I was going to be home. I thought I was going to be stuck in town, sleeping at a hotel, and I was just like, I don't want. So I'm here. That's the extent of it. Well, thank you for joining us. Hope we will be starting a sprint soon. What am I working on tonight, though? I am still working on updating my writing journal because I want that finished before Monday morning when I do my first 7-Day Book Challenge live stream. because I want to be able to actually start writing. But I like to, at the end of the day, I like to put in my little writing journal what I worked on during that day. So I need that done, which is why ultimately I was like, I don't care how bad I feel. I'm going to be live streaming anyways. Might as well, because I've got to get stuff done and I'm going to be awake doing it. So.
And I'm going to be vlogging that week. Like, this is where I'm at, what I'm starting at. I'm not starting brand new, but I'm going to finish something by the end of that week. So I'm going to vlog my experience that week. I might break it up into 2 vlogs. We'll see.
Technically speaking, I'm not working on something new because I'm still working on the 7 short stories from the sultry solstices, and they're all in various states and have been for a while. But yeah, so not new, but new for the time period. In a way, new drafts. There we go. That's the word. I am here. Yes, I am here. Oh, thank you. Okay, so I think that's all the comments that I'm seeing so far. StreamYard loves me, and it shows me all the comments, unlike Restream, which I'm going to be using next week. Restream does not like me. That's okay. I missed a couple. Oh, I didn't read them, but I did pull them up on screen, talking about how Stephanie makes you laugh. Just being yourself. It's just you. Don't mean anything in particular, just that you're funny and I can always count on you to make me laugh. There, I think I've actually caught up to them now. Well, I remember having hopes.
Skye can verify this. What you see here is what you get in person. I think. I mean, yeah.
Same. I actually did a vlog clip that'll be in next week's vlog, talking about authenticity and masking in real life versus online. I had like a 20-minute video clip where I was talking about that that I've got to edit down. I got to find a way to edit that. Plus, my tripod died while filming it, which told me I've been filming too much this week because I have an electronic tripod.
Okay.
It's one of those fancy ones that is supposed to, when it's synced up with your phone, it follows you as you move around.
Okay.
I do not have it synced up with my phone, so I have to physically move it. But every once in a while I'll be in the middle of filming and it dies randomly. And it's been happening more often because I've been filming longer and longer clips each time I talk to the camera. And so, like, I think I had filmed like an hour's worth of footage before it died this time, but I was in the middle of a conversation when it died. And then I sent a clip to JC because she was confused about the tripod dying too thing. So I sent her a clip of what it actually did. Did this stem from the chat on my stream? Yes and no. Part of it did, but there was also a Natalia Lee video that I watched that she literally made one teeny tiny comment about being introvert versus extrovert, and that led to it as well.
Was that the one that she most recently did? Mm-hmm. I watched that one the other day too.
Of course, it's not a good one. Because that was what the conversation on JC's channel was, the aesthetic versus not aesthetic. And it was a funny conversation, yes.
Was that her Wednesday night stream?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, her most recent video is the one I'm talking about. And literally, it was one teeny tiny sentence where she just mentioned it barely in passing, but it sparked so many other thoughts that I was just like, I need to stop what I'm doing and vlog clip this real quick because I have thoughts that I want to share. Haven't watched it yet, which goes to the authentic versus not authentic. Yep. All of that. All right. I'm now officially at the bottom comments again. So we are going to do our first sprint. Let me get our Nixie on the screen with us. So here's Nixie. And here's our first prompt. Again, you do not have to write them if you don't want to. They're just there if you want to write, but don't know what you want to write about. Maybe it'll some. And this one says, you knew me in high school, but I've changed. Don't pretend you know me now. So that is our first writing prompt, and we are going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let us know what you did, how you did in the comments. What did you do?
Well, the next part in my book is her. Okay, so this girl moves to town. She rents a house. And I have a vision for the house. I'm having a hard time imagining it. So when I went in the middle of the web search and I typed up address. Well, first I found the map on Google Maps, and then tried zooming into streets. And then I saw how many bars and restaurants and places are in a real town currently, where this town where I grew up. Okay, so then I was like, maybe I'll do like the same layout as my grandma or aunt's house that used to live there. Well, one of them was not in good enough shape to take the interior of. The other one was not. So then I was looking up different rentals in Oregon coast towns that have blueprints of the town. I found one. It's great. So my husband is switching from one headset to another. That's what happened there. One died, so he's switching. Anyways, so that's what I did. I just went and found different layouts, and I looked at different pictures of houses on the Oregon coast where my towns are in my book, and so that way, you feel what they look like porch and size, and because everything seems different in my head from 20 years ago when I lived there. I did take Serenity Sweets for a bakery. That's a good idea. Thank you, JC. I'll give you a mention in my book.
You know how people put acknowledgments in the back and then they're like, without the help of these people, this book would never come to fruition. I never know what to write for those because by the time I actually get to it, I forget who's ever mentioned anything dealing with helping me. Unless I've got an email specifically to said person.
So my longest acknowledgement is this book, my very first one. And it literally says stuff like, maybe, I don't know, this is a messed up format, so who knows? Okay, this is not what I thought it was. Never mind.
Never mind, just kidding. Just kidding.
It says, thanks for my husband for prompting me to do something with this book. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Look, Ways of Love and Laughter. That's a long acknowledgement.
Terribly long.
You're in it.
Oh, okay.
It says, all right, it says, and more finally, thank you to Ruby, Skye, and Emma for giving me input on my cover options. Writing books can be lonely, but I seem to have found my village. Feeling very sentimental and nice. Now they're just like, I'm sure there's people I should thank, and if you think you are, then consider yourself thanked. Now get on with the story. I don't know about
these days I do an overall one that's like anyone who's ever jumped into my other two live streams or left a comment on my video, you're consider yourself thanked. You're good. I got some stuff switched over to the writing journal that I'm working on. I think I have 2 more months to finish, February and January of this year, and then it'll be caught up, and I just have to organize it. I think.
Question.
I don't know at this point. Answer.
So I happened across, I want to say, Lindsay Puckett's video about doing 75 hard author edition. No, was it Puckett? She's the one that wrote, that has books with Scholastic middle grade. Is that
The Odds and
yeah. Is that Lindsay Puckett? Okay, great. And she said she was going to start it on the first day of summer, which is the 20th
or 21st, one of those two.
Yeah, so 20th. So I'm wondering if you started it technically, and when did you start it?
I started on June 1st.
Okay, so then 75 days from June 1st would be.
Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm doing the 6-month challenge.
Oh, that's right, the 6-month one.
And then I added a couple extra weeks because of the fact that I didn't want to feel pressured to keep it up. 2 weeks I'm out of town for my sister's wedding. Mm-hmm. So I've got 6 months. Then I gave myself 2 extra weeks because the 2 weeks will be gone.
I don't think I could do 6 months because I have a hard enough time sticking to 90 days of planning at one time.
I am struggling so hard. Oops.
So I'm thinking 75. And if somebody will do the math for me, what is 75 days from June 20th?
JC has a lovely website that will help with you. So JC, if you will drop that into the chat, that
or
would
just tell me. That'd be great.
I don't remember the name of it. She sent me a link. She sent me a link. I probably have it saved somewhere. But I'm so tired. I don't know where it's. Oh wait, I might know where it's at. Let me give you a second. Just kidding. I don't. I have no idea. It's gone.
All right. So JC, if you just want to like look it up for me and let me know what 75 days from June 20th is, that would be excellent. I'm hoping it lasts until like the end of September. I need to know, starting June 20th, what is 75 days from June 20th?
From June 20th. Okay, so
June
20th to June 30th is 10. Plus 31 in July. That's 41. And 75, right?
Yeah.
It'll go through August. Maybe. It goes into like the first week of September if you're doing 75. If my math is right, and you're counting weekends on top of that. The site she uses allows you to discount weekends if you want to.
No. I'm including weekends before we get all crazy. Just how many days between June 20th and 75 days from June 20th, including weekends, every single day counting.
I think it would end the first week of September, but I could be wrong. My math is not mathing right. Okay, this is where you asked for unique names. Bowling alley, bar, winery, bakery, and coffee shop. Okay, so get naming things. I love the idea of calling it strike zone. So the town I'm in, they call the bowling alley Coyote Lanes because we are the Shelby Coyotes. So the whole town gets into everything coyotes. There's random paw prints painted on the roads in various places and in people's driveways, just randomly throughout town. There's a lot of coyote related stuff as far as like actual coyotes plus Wile E. Coyote stuff. It's actually really cool in a lot of ways. Which, by the way, hi Jess. I don't think I said hi to you, so hi. What's the name of the town? This said this one's Tranquil Bay, not starts with R.
Rockaway Beach.
Yes, that Rockaway.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe for the bowling alley. Oh, I like that. I like Tranquil Brew for the coffee shop.
Ooh, that's a good.
Our coffee shop. We got two coffee shops, technically speaking. There's Cass's Perks. It's a little 2-person run, like you know those coffee shacks that are literally it's barely enough room for someone to turn around in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Cass's Perks is. It's one of those. You drive up to the window, you order your drink, you sit there, you wait, she hands it to you. And it's run by Cass, which is why it's called Cass's. It's actually called Cass's Perky Perks. I don't know where she got the name. I love it. It's adorable. It gets shortened to Cass's Perks or Cass's. And then we have the bakery / coffee shop, which is, we have two. The bakery itself is called Whistle Stop because it's right next to the train station. And then the other one is called the Prairie Peddler. So there's some ideas for possible coffee shops and bakeries there. If you want.
All right, so 75 days in June 20th is September 3rd. But that's every single day, not including like if you take off the weekends or if you don't do Mondays or like July 4th. I probably won't be working on July 4th. That sort of thing.
I like how JC is including your city's name in all of the things she's coming up with. That is cool. Actually, I really do like that. Not sure how much I really like.
So I Googled what was the name of the bowling alley I went to and learned how to bowl when I was a teenager in the town of Tillamook, Oregon. It was called Tillamook Lanes or Tillamook Bowling Alley. That's literally what it was called.
There you
go.
The one we went to in North Carolina was called Sandhills, which was actually the town it was in. So that makes sense. Sandhills Bowling Alley. I've
been to ones that say like Rimrock Lanes or Primeville Lanes or I don't remember the name of the bowling alley. I mean, Jesse bowled out all the time. Like, it's eluding me.
I love Serenity Suites for what JC says, plus the alliteration, because I'm always a huge fan of puns and alliteration.
Apparently, this thing does some great damage.
Hello, paperbacks and ponytails. Don't think anybody was going to be up this late sprinting tonight. This is my usual time to sprint. I sprint on Saturday evenings. Next week, I'm going to be sprinting daily at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday, and then I'll be back on Saturday and Sunday in the evenings this time. So,
And I will be sprinting Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
At 10:30 Central Standard Time. And then Saturday and Sunday at 2 in the afternoon Central Standard Time.
JC saying hi. It's always really great when a scene makes you want to cry. Oh, love that. Oh, because she was responding to the comment I didn't finish reading. Duh. Okay. I'm trying to finish this heartbreaking scene in my novel. I've been crying while writing. Okay. I failed to finish reading the comment. That's why I was so confused. I had to go back. Everyone's saying hi. Stephanie said she's stealing Serenity Suites. So much alliteration. Hope, anytime you write something with any of the prompts that we put up, you are welcome to share it if you want to, but don't feel that you have to. You do not have to if you don't want to, I promise. And then if you'd like me to read out loud, if you do decide to share it, I can as well. I don't mind doing that. I've done it when Laura joins us. She sometimes plays around with the prompts, and she'll put it in the comment section, and I tend to read them out loud when she posts them. So JC is happy to use Serenity Suites. Paperbacks and Ponytails got 697 words so far for the past 45 minutes or so. Probably wrote at least another 300 words. Awesome. Should write them down as you write. That's what I've been doing, writing my acknowledgments as I go. That's what I need to start doing. I just haven't been doing because I'm very bad at that. She's definitely on the list. Nice.
One of them, I ended up taking Ava because I ended up using some book titles she suggested. Oh yeah, so I was looking at the comments. The website JC uses doesn't count holidays or weekends.
Correct.
So,
which is sometimes I actually funny story. Now that the kids are older, I actually do a lot more writing on holidays. Everyone seems to count them off, and I count those as like gravy days. Like as long as I technically take them off, but anything I do get done on that day is just extra. So it doesn't count towards my weekly goal.
Like when the kids are both doing schoolwork, like we don't do schoolwork on like Saturday, Sunday, obviously, but we also don't do schoolwork on holidays, like the 4th of July or someone's birthday or things like that. And then I tend to get more writing done when I don't have to use my brain all day long with them. You know.
I mentioned Laura, and Laura appears. Hello, Laura. Sneaking on it, going to wake up early and go to a cafe to edit a short story. A publisher is interested. Congrats, that's awesome. I love that. Oh, that was another thing. There is another anthology, AuthorTube anthology coming out. It is, let me see if I can pull up the link for that. We have a very pretty treat today. My skin hurts so much. Where is it at? I don't know where it went. Let me just, 2 accounts. There it is. I found it. Just kidding. Let me open. Can I share just this link? Yes, I can. No, I cannot. Why is this being difficult? I just want to share the linky link. Oh. It's because I'm an idiot. There's we go. So 2 of Crones is going to be publishing the next AuthorTube anthology. For anyone who's interested, is Krampus themed this time. And that is all the information I have on it is from that one post right there, which I just posted in the comment section. So feel free to check that out if you are interested. You do not have to. Nothing is obligated. All right, let's see. But your comment about publisher reminded me of that. Congratulations to Laura. Laura saying hi. All right. JC said, in my dedication for the weight of her, I thanked Eva and a few other writing tribe friends. I also thank the AuthorTube community. That's what I generally do, is thank the AuthorTube community as a whole, because I get a lot of stuff done during live streams, especially, and different people come into different live streams that it's hard to remember who came to what live streams when I was working on specific things. Because sometimes I'll go through a live stream and jump between like 5 or 6 different things too. Because without this community, I don't know what I would do. Oh, I love it. Gothic romance short story, awesome. I am here for that. Okay, and I made it to the bottom of the comments, which means it is time to write again, because Nixie, I forgot to pause her on time.
Right. So I found out like from June 20th, 25 days later, excluding Saturday and Sundays and federal holidays. To the holidays I'm not counting. But it would be October 8th. The two holidays I'm not counting is Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, because I don't do those. Yeah. Okay. So that is a total of 35 days skipped. Nice. Because Saturday, so October 8th.
Okay.
That'd be a lot. I don't know if I'd want to continue that, because after stuff that's happening, that'd be a lot to keep on going. Our writing challenges, in July, August, September.
We have writing challenges going on June, July, August, September. I am not doing a writing challenge in October, November, December, and I'm taking December off completely. There'll be videos that will be posted, but I'm not doing live streams. I am not doing videos. I will answer comments to videos that are already posted and pre-scheduled, but do not expect to see me around in December, because I will not be here.
If my planned writing routine comes to fruition over the next several months, I will be spending the month of October, November editing and putting something out.
Woo! As much as I would love to put something out this year, there's just no, other than maybe the Krampus anthology, if I can get my story idea to work. I've got a couple of different story ideas dealing with the Krampus theme that I could edit to work. Maybe. I was telling Stephanie that one of them is a short I had written that is a Krampus erotica, and I would need to PGify it. And she laughed at that.
Yeah, I thought PGify it was a nice way to say it.
I need to PGify it and then shorten it by like 2,000 words, because it's 2,000 words too long, because I do not know how to write short. That was the reason I didn't end up submitting to the Beltane one, because I did write a story for that one, but it was like almost 10,000 words, and the word count limit is like 3,000, and I'm like,
right,
I can't do this. I can't write short stories anymore.
All right, so real quick. So earlier today, I was on a live stream on Instagram. Okay. Because the person just started their YouTube channel and doesn't have to do subscribers, so she couldn't go live on YouTube. And this person is in Alaska, and she is my half sister. We share the same dad. We were living in the same town of Rockaway Beach, Oregon, when she was born and conceived. My dad didn't like to keep it in his pants at all. Okay. So, she was born when I was like 13.
Okay.
So, anyways, she found me because of like 23andMe and stuff. But she really likes reading, so she's like, "I'm gonna read your books." I'm like, okay, fine. People say that, but she read my first book, and she was reading it yesterday, very late in the day, and today before she did live stream, and she was like messaging me as she got to certain chapters in the book. It was so great. And so it was a live stream, and she shared it as a reel, and I reshared it. It's on my profile thing, but she was like asking me about like, I really feel like it could have been like 2 books. I'm like, that's funny, because Ways of Love and Laughter used to be 2 separate books until I put them together. And I was lazy. Instead of writing a bunch of chapters in the middle, I just said several weeks later.
The one book I've read recently, like within the past year, that did that that was actually my biggest complaint about it. I was like, this is not one book. This is two books. It should have been separated. It should not have been written as one book. And I was very, very irked because it very much had a full arc in that first part and a full arc in that second part. It legit was two books with the same thing you're talking about.
And honestly, I only put them
I was
together
just like-
because I really wanted that long, thick romance book. I mean, honestly, like no other reason. But anyways, the whole point of me saying this is that I was like, so is there anything you want to say? Blah blah. And she's like, well, I'd really like it if we could get a bit of a backstory, like a prequel novella about why the heck Sophia is in this town, what happened to her and Chad. She came to this town, she got out of this bad relationship, and she kept on having like over top reactions of things that happened in this guy that she's dating. And so she's like, we should get like a prequel and more story about her. And then I put these two random people together in the first book, and she's like, we need more of this character together. I'm like, okay, this is good. Like, I'm glad that you're interested. And honestly, it was like a 12 sentence interaction and in this Chinese restaurant. And I totally forgot about it. She said something today. Just proves to show that just because you write it doesn't mean you remember it.
I don't remember things I wrote yesterday. I'm transferring all this information from the writing journal, and I'm like, I don't remember writing any of this. It's like 3,000 words of me just brain dumping random ideas that could work for different stories. I'm like, some of this is pretty good shit.
So, I mean, like, she gave me good ideas about like the prequel, because if it's, lots of authors do that. They get like 2, 3, 4 books in, and they're like, oh, wait, this backstory needs more backstory to it. So they'll put like a prequel that, can be short or long or whatever. But it was nice to chat about the book. And we did on Instagram because there was no like restrictions for her.
You finally got to work? Because I remember you guys were struggling with that the other day.
Yeah, we got to work. When we did it last time, she could hear me, but she couldn't see me on the screen. This time we could see and hear each other. It was great.
Love it when things work out.
Yeah, it was weird because she's in Alaska, so there's quite a few difference in time zones.
Yeah.
So I think we're like 3 hours apart or something.
I know a couple people in Alaska. Some of them we were high school friends with, and some of them were like kind of sort of not exactly family members. My grandparents basically adopted another couple who lives here, and their family lives in Alaska because that's where they were born and raised. So Paperbacks and Ponytails says, I'm planning on finishing my novel this summer and getting as much of it edited as possible before I go to a writer's conference in September. What writer's conference are you going to? I need to know. I need to know about all of the writing conferences because I'm keeping a list of ones I eventually want to maybe go to, or at least I want to check out. Because JC and Steph know, because I've chatted about them separately, this possible idea very, very far down the future where after my kids have like graduated high school and are like able and willing to live on their own without the need of mom and dad helping them get to and from everywhere. My oldest just got her driver's permit this year, so it's not going to be long before she's being like, hey, can I borrow the car to go such and such? And I'll be like, no, because I got work. But when they're old enough and they've got their own vehicles and can do all the things, I want to travel. And my husband and I have talked about doing this for a long time. And so, like, one of the things I'm looking at is possibly doing more conferences and workshops. And I want to do writing retreats so damn bad. I want to host them. I want to join them. I just want to do all of the things.
Oh, yeah.
So, hi, Gwenna. We're about to start another sprint. JC's saying hi, and I have officially made it to the bottom of the comments again. So, everyone's saying hi. But yeah, so tell me, Paperbacks and Ponytails, what conference are you talking about? Because I need to know these things. Just because I'm curious. Okay, ACFW, American Christian Fiction Writers. One of my subscribers completely surprised me and paid for my entire trip. I love that! Cried so hard during my reading vlog while on camera. Ah, that is awesome. Congrats!
That is fun.
That's something similar. That is actually what I would love to do for writing retreat. This is not what I mentioned to you and JC. One of the things that I've seen other people talking about doing writing retreats, and they were like, if you can get here, it's a completely paid trip. And I was like, that's the kind of writing retreat I want to I want to rent like a cabin in the middle of the woods somewhere and be like, as long as you can get here, you've got room, you've got board, you've got food. Like, I will take care of everything but how you get here. I want to set up one of those kind of writing retreats. And I'll be like, we're just going to go to XYZ. For real, I would love to go to a castle. I don't care where. I want to go do a writing retreat in a castle somewhere. It could be in the US because there are castles here in the US where billionaires who have way too much money to spend have built their own damn castles. I don't care. We could go to Scotland. We could go to Wales. I just want to go to a castle. Just one time to say I've been to a castle and done a writing retreat. And that's exactly what I'll do. I'll be like, if you can get here, you're invited to come. Up to this many people. So I love that you had someone do that for you so you could go to that conference. That is awesome. That would be a great writing retreat. Yep. Getting there is part of the problem. Don't worry, I'm not financially able to do this plan. This is just something I like, far-fetched author dreams kind of thing. That's what I want to do. I want to be just like, I want my friends to join me. We'll get there, JC. We'll get there. Don't worry.
The best way is to get
5-10-year plans. That's okay.
And
Right. And 500 people showed up. Oh God. Yeah, that's the thing. I'd be like, okay, we kind of have this many people. That's it.
yeah, it's
8 people is a fire hazard.
Problem. You got to set it up.
Plus spouses.
Bring a tent. You can camp outside.
Yeah. Necrosis.
Singer Castle in New York is near my hometown. It's a B&B. Stopping in for a few minutes to say hi. Oh, hi, Dark. I didn't pay attention to who was actually commenting. They're just getting my room reorganized. Nice. Awesome.
Because of the drops.
I'm going to have to look up Singer Castle because the name sounds familiar, but I don't have any kind of image in my head. So I'm going to have to look that one up. But with that being said, we're going to make that our last comment. We're going to do another sprint. So here we go. Let me mark that so I know where we stopped. Here is Nixie. Again, I forgot to pause right. I'm sorry. But here we go. 25 minutes on the clock. Here is our writing prompt for anyone who wants to write it. You do not have to. It says, I'm not angry. I'm hangry. I need food. Like yesterday. So here we go. 25 minutes on the clock, starting in 3,
To all
2,
4 characters.
1. Let's go.
And yet
All right, that is time, everyone. Let us know how you did, what you did in the comments.
I actually wrote this time, so thank you very much.
Oh, I'm impressed.
I took what I had written the last couple of days, put it into Scrivener, fixed my typos, and then I wrote some more. I decided I didn't need to describe every single thing in the house in the beginning of this chapter. She walks into the house and the door opens up into the kitchen. It's the living room. She thought that was different, so that's remarked on. An amount of wood everywhere is remarked on. And now she's in the process of moving all her crap from her car into the house, which came furnished. So that's what I got.
I added some more entries to my writing journal. And to be fair, I would actually be done with this. But you know how every once in a while we go back and read stuff we haven't finished? And
Yes.
we read it, and then we get to the end and we're like, where's the rest?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I have so many of those. So many. Like, I number my plot ideas every year. So I do like, I say Untitled Plot Bunny 2025, number 7. Like, that's what I'm entering now is number 7. This was in February. I've had 7 since February, since the beginning of the year already. And some of these, the reason I haven't finished entering them into the journal is I'm going through and actually reading what I brain dumped, and I'm like, this is actually kind of good. When did I write this? Obviously
so funny.
February. But that's why I haven't finished yet, is because at some point the past couple of days, I've just gone back through and started reading stuff instead of actually working on stuff and entering the journal entries. So, oops, my bad.
So I did write 219 new words because I'm not counting the stuff I copied over.
Nice. Oh, also the 2 castles that Dark suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Dark suggested Singer Castle and Bolt Castle in Alexandria Bay. They are absolutely stunning, and I want to go to both.
Just so you know, there is 9 castles in Texas that you can rent to stay in, and you can house like 10 to 12 people at a time. Just so you know.
That, I feel like that is too large of a group. And part of what's triggered all of this again was the fact that there was 10 author tubers recently that did a writing retreat, but almost all of them have posted vlogs. I think all but like 1 or 2 have posted vlogs about the experience, and it's been fantastic watching it. But at the same time, I'm like, 10 people in one house, I think I would die. I think
but like, if you rented a place that had like 10 bedrooms, but not every room is taken up, that sort of
thing. So that's my new goal, Stephanie. I'm going to go to all 9 castles in Texas alone.
All right.
And have a writing retreat at each one. That's the goal.
There is one in San Antonio. There's actually one about an hour from here, where I'm at.
So what I hear a writing retreat is in your future, even if it's just a solo retreat. That's what I'm hearing. At a castle, no less, just to make me jealous.
We can meet halfway. The central of the geographical center of the lower 48.
It's funny. JC says I am the best. JC and I were chatting about some stuff, and I sent her a bunch of links. I'm kind of bombarded with her. I was scanning the information and just been like, I think this is what you're looking for. It's automatically sending it to her. It was funny.
Oh,
I'm listening to a soundtrack. Hold on. I will put a link to the soundtrack in the comments. It's an 80s track by Amy Grant, and it's what I call cleaning music. So growing up, my mom had 2 CDs specifically, maybe 3, that if she wanted to clean the house, that is what she put on. It was like she Pavloved herself with when this music came on, she cleaned the house. And I needed something upbeat because I'm so tired, I'm falling asleep. So I needed something upbeat. So I'm putting on the cleaning music in order to not fall asleep. And it's really upbeat and boppy. And every once in a while it annoys me because it plays an ad and I'm like, that it's pulling me out of the mood. I'm just like, ugh, stop.
Are you listening it on Spotify or
This one's
is it
actually on
YouTube?
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. How do I send the whole playlist? Give me a second because I was trying to share just the one video, and I don't want to send just the one video. I want to send the whole playlist.
Should at the very top of all the playlist videos on the playlist, there should be like an arrow, like you're forwarding your email.
It has loop and it has shuffle. I don't see one that says forwarding on YouTube.
Hold on.
Because it's not my playlist; it's something someone else put together. Oh wait, I figured it out. Aha, got it. I can do this. I can do things. This one is Heart in Motion. If I can type, boop. That's what I'm listening to. And when this one finishes, which is almost done, I will switch to the other playlist, which I will put in the link to. It's called Animotion. If I can find the playlist of that one, I'll put that one in the next. Anyways, Paperbacks and Ponytail says, I just wrote the first kiss scene. Let me just say swoon. I absolutely adore like kiss scenes and like scenes leading up to Smexy times. I write a lot of those, like a lot. Remember how I was talking about the story ideas? I was reading through them and being like, where's the rest of it? That's where a lot of them ended, was like right after the they're going to have some Smexy times. You know they're going to have Smexy times, and we've done everything leading up to that point. And I'm like, where's the rest? What happened? Why did we stop? JC said I chatted and researched some things. Also started uploading my video to YouTube for Monday. I have lots of footage to watch, edit, and filter out because I was filming like 4 different videos clips at one time. For like clips for 4 different videos, and they're all mixed up. For those people who film multiple videos at one time, teach me your ways, because I want to know how you keep them separate. Like, do you change outfits? Like, how? I need to know this because I am struggling. Paperbacks and Ponytails got 1,146 words tonight. Nice. Awesome. I've almost reached 15,000 words written in June. I am so happy about that. That is awesome. I've never written that much alone in less than 2 weeks. Yay! That makes me happy.
Hey, so I got
JC?
some cards.
Yes, because like I don't know how people can do that. Like I know Kate Kavanaugh does a lot of different writing experiments, and all it feels like a lot of her vlogs take place over multiple weeks/months, days, and it's like she's filming multiple different videos that have like on the same timeline as at one time. And I'm just like, because she does hers like a central theme.
Mine is like over a certain number of days and then it's done.
Yeah, for my vlogs, that's what I do. But like I film different clips as I think of them for different video ideas. And I don't always film the whole video piece at once. And that's when it starts getting mixed up. And I'm like, I don't know what I filmed what day for what. I just don't know. Maybe I can remember how many minutes I filmed for this particular video and I can write that down, and maybe that will help. So I think I might ask Kate one day to see. I know she uses, and maybe the trick is that she's using a camera and 2 different SD cards.
That's true.
That might be the difference right there, is that she films different things with different SD cards and she just makes sure she has the right SD card in. I didn't think of that. And I'm using my phone to film. Maybe once I get to the point where I have a camera and I am doing the same thing, maybe that's the trick. Just switch out the SD camera, and you know that this SD card is for your vlog, whereas this one is for this video, whereas this one is for this video, and then you start that process all over again as you empty the cards. Maybe that's the trick. I film multiple videos, especially if I want a break. I do change shirts sometimes, but I don't do a lot of vlogs. I do like 1 a month. Okay, fair. That is fair. All right. I think I got to the end of the comments. That last sprint ended, and Justin came in here and was like, "Are you still streaming?" And I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "What sprint are you on?" And I'm like, "2." He was like, "So it's gonna be after 12 before you can game, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
What is he gaming?
He wants me to play Remnant. We finished the main storyline, which, by the way, fuck that ending.
I don't.
It's game stories. Okay, games work like stories. There needs to be a full arc, a full resolution, a full everything. You should not need DLC, which is downloadable content, in order to finish up your main storyline. Your main game should wrap up your story in a nice little bow, or at least to some extent. There can be continuation, like to some stuff left to be determined, but like literally, this particular game did not create DLC until after people who played the game and finished it were like, "Where's the actual ending? Like, what happened?" So, I am pissed. But I can officially add that game to the list of games I've beaten, which makes my list now 4 games. 5 games, 5 games. So that makes me happy. Oh, Paperbacks and Ponytails is heading to bed. Have a good night. Past 1 a.m. here. Yes, it is late for you. Feel free to go to bed. You got lots of words in. Congratulations. You have a good sleep. So, but yeah, he's trying to convince me. We're playing through the DLC, the first of 2 DLCs now, and I don't know what he's doing. He was playing D&D earlier with his online group, and I think he's waiting for me to stop streaming, and he's probably gonna play something until then. I don't know what though. I can open up Steam and find out though, because we're both PC gamers.
You should tell him to play Warframe with my lovely husband.
I have told him to play Warframe with your husband.
He is on there right now, literally.
Hold on. Let's do this.
What is it? Top?
I'm not skipping your comments, JC. I'm coming back to them. I just was saying goodnight to Paperbacks and Ponytails. Calm down. Calm yourself. We'll return to it. And after these brief messages, we will return to your comments. Oh, my camera doesn't want me to dial. I guess no calling. Okay, where's he at? He's not even on Steam. It says he's not online right now. Last online an hour and 23 minutes ago. So he's not doing anything right now. He's probably watching Netflix.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Where do we end off? Okay, here we go. JC says, I have 2 different Kindles that I can film on. Problem for me is remembering to record for the other video. Okay, because I vlog every day except the weekend. That makes sense. So I film so much for the actual vlog, I tend to forget there's another video I need to film for. JC saying goodnight and subscribing to channel.
Yeah, I think
Yes, I totally skipped your comments. Don't worry. I came back to them.
Well, I film everything on my phone, so I feel like I was trying to film like 2 different things. I have tried filming multiple things at the same time, and I actually, because I run out of space, so I like delete stuff and then I accidentally delete it.
Yeah. At one point, what I was doing was I have 2 phones. I have my current phone and then I have my older phone, which the camera still worked on. It just was like the screen was too cracked to use for like calling since it's a touch screen. And I at one point was using, like, I was vlogging on one and doing videos on others on the other. The problem with that is all of my video footage goes to Google Drive, which is where then I pull it down from on my Mac in order to edit it. And that's where it was getting mixed up, was in Google Drive, because it would organize by date. And sometimes I would film stuff, even though it was on both different cameras, they would have the same date. And I was just like, I don't know what I filmed on which camera. So that was where my problem lied with that.
So what I think I would do in the future, if I was going to do more than one type of video at one time, I would just create a project in iMovie, because that's where I edit all my stuff, and be like hockey vlog or like writing vlog or whatever, and then just as soon as I get done filming that clip, just move that clip directly into that movie project.
The problem is, the longer my clips are, the longer it takes for it to actually officially goes to Google Drive. And sometimes it will not put them up. It will it'll batch them and put them up all at once versus separately.
Okay.
So I still run into the same problem, unfortunately. Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted to look for. I was thinking someone somewhere was talking about, let's see if I can find my recent history. No, where's my browsing? There's my browsing history. That's what I want. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. There it is. Found it. I am debating getting this. It's not cheap, but it's still cheaper than a lot of the other cameras I've seen. Let me clean up this link a little bit so it'll be shorter. Oh, my eyes are starting to hurt now. Okay, so here we go. There is a vlogging camera that I have been eyeing, that I've been debating purchasing to try out. Because it will use SD cards and I can do that SD card trick I mentioned. And then if it doesn't work for me, there's two other possibilities I could use it for. Like both my kiddos are interested in doing photography, and then the other one, the oldest, is actually interested in doing YouTube stuff. She already does some YouTube stuff and has her own channel that she does like I don't know exactly what it's called, a gotcha club videos. I'm not certain exactly what that is. I don't pretend to understand it, but that's what she does on her YouTube channel, and she's wanting to branch out and do more like video stuff. So one of the things I've been debating is if I don't like this camera, I can give it to the kids because it won't matter if they screw it up because it's on the cheaper side, and they can learn and practice with it. So here's the link to that. I'm putting that in the comments for anyone who wants to check that out. It's like I said, it's cheaper than a lot of the other cameras I've seen around, but because it's cheaper, I don't know if it's like good quality. But I've been debating getting it because of the fact that, like I said,
That looks nice. I'd get it.
Right? Like I kind of want to get it just to try it out, and it comes with 2 batteries.
And right now it says it's discounted.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's discounted because of Father's Day, though, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's no telling how long it's going to be discounted for.
But even if it loses a discount, it's still not as expensive as other cameras out there.
Some of the other cameras, like I every time someone says this is what camera I use, or if they put in their description what kind of camera they use, I always go check it out. And it never fails. Everyone who's got really nice looking videos, their cameras are like $500 cameras or higher. And I'm just like, I can't afford that. I would love to be able to afford that, but I cannot. I can do a $60 camera though, maybe. Maybe. Hi, Renee. Welcome. Forgot what day it is. Don't worry. I always lose track of days. It's not a big deal. I promise. Everyone's saying hi to each other. I was looking at that camera at one time. See, look, I'm not the only one. Cool. I'm glad. I think I kind of want to get it. I want a camera with a viewfinder. I do know that because I like being able to make sure everything that I'm trying to film is in frame, especially since I like to include graphics, and I want to make sure that like I grew up taking photographs of like the horses and ponies so we could sell them. So like I know what points I'm looking for in shots. Do I always follow those rules and regulations? No, I do not. In fact, actually, I break a lot of those rules and regulations that you tend to follow with photography, but that's not the point. It's one of those you have to know the rules in order to break them kind of things. So I am debating getting that for me. And like I said, if I don't like it, I can always give it to the kids to play around with and use. Yeah. So, that is so true. I would one of these days like to get an actual camera. See, there we go. We could all play around with this one camera. Yes. I've been looking for a new camera. I have a big fancy camera, but there's no flip screen. So I have no idea if I'm in focus. Yeah, see, I can't stand that about the bigger cameras. Plus, after a while, I've actually been wearing my wrist brace all day today because of the fact that I have been having problems with my wrist lately. And the bigger cameras are heavier. I have trouble holding my phone to vlog with. There's no way I'm going to hold a big, giant, bulky camera. It's just not going to happen. So, I need a smaller thing. That's also, there's another camera that's one of those like little handhold ones that someone was talking about. They use that whenever they're like out and about and they wanted to make it like inconspicuous. That was one of those cameras that was like $600. So I'm just like, nope. What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on?
Okay.
Uh-oh. What's up?
All right. So I was talking to my sister that lives in Alaska, and yeah, she was like asking me how old my kids were, and she's like, "That's crazy." And I was like, "Well, at 42, I always forget how old they are." And then she's like, "You were 13 when I was born. I'll be 30 in November." And then I was like, "That's so crazy because if I was 13 when you were born, that means when my dad got together with his wife that he had for a long time, like his newest wife, that his wife and him met and moved together in August of 1995. They got married in February of 1996. I'm like, wow, that's like, and she is born in 1995. Okay. And then I have another half brother who's 6 weeks age difference from my own brother. My own brother is named Tony, and this other boy is named Anthony.
No comment on that.
So, anyways, so I'm like, that's so crazy because in the middle of him like ditching his girlfriend that he had for 5 years, because the last 2 years he's with her, he was with this new wife, on the side. He finally broke up with her and then moved in with her and got married shortly after. All at the same time, he was spending time with other people too. And what's funny is my longtime neighbors, who was our best friends growing up, the oldest of the 3 girls, ended up babysitting my half sister when she was a baby. That's small town life for you.
I'm so glad I don't have to put up with that bullshit.
So
I have different bullshit in my life. I don't like my bullshit either.
I didn't find any of this out. Like, I didn't know about my half sister Ruby up in Alaska until like 3 years ago. I didn't know about my dad and my half brother Anthony until 1998, give or take. So
yeah, that's another good point. Get a lightweight camera. Yes, I fully, wholeheartedly agree with that. And if you cannot hold the camera, it's fine to use. I talked about it in a vlog clip. I've got 3 different tripods because this is the one that was just sitting at my desk. But this one is like, it takes up all our room, but it's short. It's not very tall.
Which one is that?
Not my electronic one. My electronic one's in my bag in another room.
Mine's similar to that.
And then I got a big heavy duty one that can do my top down shots, so I can film my journal stuff. And then I have my electronic one that I absolutely adore. And it was only, I want to say it was $50 too, actually, just like that vlogging camera I'm looking at. But I could be wrong about the price, and it might have been on sale. So I don't know. I would have to go grab the link. I love that tripod. It's my favorite thing in the world. Even though it dies every once in a while. That's my fault for not charging it. I realize this. Okay, so, I love this idea. Well, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Okay, I was going to read JC's comment. Wouldn't it be neat to get this one camera and film for like a couple of days and then send it to the next person in a chain of people like Sisterhood of Traveling Pants, but with a camera? A community vlog. Probably wouldn't work, but it would be neat. Okay, so I do love that. What would get me is the cost of shipping, because I remember mentioning to you that I have some people who live in Alaska. I was at a thrift store and found this coffee mug that was Alaska themed, and it was in her favorite colors. And I bought it for like 25 cents, and I was going to ship it to her. It would cost me $70 to ship her a ceramic cup from Montana to Alaska.
Okay, so two things. What might work better is if we had an SD card and we ship that around. You know what I mean?
But that means we would all need to have the same camera, or a camera that used it.
Use the SD, yeah.
I don't have a camera that uses it currently, and JC doesn't because she has to use her Kindle.
Okay. So my sister-in-law is going to look to see if she can find the picture that has my dad holding her at her sister's high school graduation.
Oh my God. I can't say anything. So Justin has a younger brother, and his younger brother is 15 years younger than him,
Okay.
I think. And then my dad is the youngest of three boys. His older brother, the second born, the middle child, was 15 years older than him. And then his oldest brother is 15 years older than the middle child. So there's 15 years between each child. My dad was actually an oopsie baby. My cousins on his side are his age. They're only like 5 years younger.
What?
His nieces and nephews are his age.
That is.
Because they were his oldest brother's children, and his oldest brother was 30 years older than him.
That makes sense. In a weird way.
So that's fun facts for you. Welcome to Convoluted Family Trees. It's great fun.
So, yeah, that
Renee agrees that's shit. Cool. Have to involve a lot of trust. Yeah, exactly. I always hit the realization that I'm in a new age bracket because I was filling out a survey and I had to click the next group and I was like, oh, we're there now. Oh, no! Is this a good realization or a bad realization? Like, how are we feeling about this realization? JC's birthday was like Tuesday. For those who don't know.
I had to tell some people the other day. I didn't have to. I told some people the other day. Where that's right. It was a library book reading, summer reading program kickoff. I was volunteering. And then people guessed my age horribly inaccurately. And I felt so good about myself. Because I guess I'm younger. A lot younger.
That's awesome when you can say you're younger. I have 2 tripods, so I generally hold the camera if I'm walking somewhere in my house or if I'm out and about. Yeah, same.
Oh, I got 3
Didn't take in shipping.
Yeah,
Sweet
sorry.
baby Jesus. Yeah, there's a reason I haven't. I have 3 packages I need to ship, and I haven't because of shipping costs. Probably do the mail the SD cards to the next person. Just another. Yeah.
No. Let's do wait because
Do they still make? Wait, they make throwaway video cameras? I know they make like the
Threw away one
picture.
time used picture cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, they still make those, but do they have a similar thing with like video cameras?
I don't know. Probably wouldn't be $5. So
I don't know. Oopsie, would you look at that? Where did you come from?
it's so crazy. The whole thing.
Check. I'm not one of those people that minds getting older necessarily. Just so used to checking one category and had to switch to the next one up. It was like, oh boy. All right, and with that, we have reached the end of the comments. And Nixie says it's time to sprint.
She's been patient.
She's been very patient with us for a bit. So we're going to do our 3rd sprint of the evening. And here is our 3rd prompt for anyone who wants to use it. You do not have to. It says, are my eyes deceiving me? Or is that a shadowy figure at the edge of the forest? Dun, dun, dun. So here we go. Sprint number 3. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. That's time. How did everyone do? What you do? Let us know in the comments.
I mean, if you want to hear more of my saga, my sister found a couple of pictures that she had when she was little. And like, well, I don't recognize the first one, but hey, the second picture you have that has our dad with the cake, and there's a kid in the background, and there's a girl leaning over the cake. That is me. And her sister was like, "No, I'm pretty sure that was you." But any of the pictures that they have that has my dad in the background, his face is not in those pictures. He made sure of it.
Interesting.
So, see, that's me.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was like, huh. She's like, I thought so. I didn't think I had dark hair. My sister didn't dark hair either. They had blonde and redhead. So how do we get a black haired baby in the younger? And their mom was like, no, that's you, I swear. So, and then I worked some more on my writing. I'm trying to decide what she accidentally breaks to have to call the handyman in town, which she also already met, but she didn't know he was a handyman when she met him.
So one of the things we've been doing with our house lately is the door handles like to stick. And they don't just stick. They like basically lock you in the room.
Okay.
So that could be something. Maybe maybe it gets stuck and she breaks it off and she can't get out, or something similar.
That's true. I could do one of that. Lots of possibilities.
Another one I read, she could smell gas, and it was an old one, not a wood stove. Actually, it might have been a wood stove wood stove, but there was an old pipe from where they'd replaced the copper piping, and they didn't cap off the old pipe, and so there was gas coming out of both pipelines, and one was just open in the air, and the other one was connected to the actual stove.
I was thinking, she's showing this house. She's gonna have a wood pellet stove, not like a wood stove, but like the pellet that you beat in the back, and but she's never seen one. I'm thinking maybe she's gonna be like dazed and confused, like where do I put the wood or whatever. But that no, I don't want to make her sound too dumb. So I think I'm gonna like maybe have her like hang a plant or something, and it like breaks the railing of the porch or something like that. I don't know, something not as
simple.
Yeah, something a little more simple.
That works.
Probably. I think that's what I'll do.
Ooh, excuse me. Nixie does, in fact, exercise a lot of patience with us because we tend to go on tangents. And sometimes I pause her in time before she starts a new timer, and sometimes I don't. So
that's okay.
That's perfectly okay. Yeah. I got more writing prompts. Writing journal entries transferred over. I really want to say I've only got like 1 month's worth of data to put in, and then I'll be done. But I'm not quite certain how close I am to being finished. Will I get it done in the next sprint? Maybe, if nothing else distracts me, which has been the name of the game today. How many distractions can we throw Skye's way?
I didn't even know he was here until you told me he's down.
And will they work? The answer is yes. Yes, they will.
All right, I need help here.
But I do want to get this finished by tomorrow because, like I said, I want to start Monday with a clean slate and work on actual writing starting Monday. So,
yes. Well, I'm not going to start fresh. My goal, spoiler, my goal is to finish what I'm working on now by the end of the challenge.
That's good. Okay.
And I feel like if I can get 2 good sprints in each of the streams, my stream and your stream, I can probably make a good day in it. I'm not going to say like 3 or 4 because honestly, I don't think I have enough to do 3 or 4 working sprints in the morning for stream that you're going to be doing. So,
yeah. What I will say is this: with my streams in the morning, because of the fact that I'm doing those before I go to bed after coming home from work. Hey, look, I paused on time. Okay, look at me go. Look at this. Nixie is paused on time. But because of the fact that that's basically like my bedtime, I will be getting off at like I am constricting it. It'll be 2 hours and 2 hours only, no matter how many sprints we get through. If we only get through like one sprint in a 2 hour time period, that's all we get through. If we get through 6, I don't know how we're going to do that, but that would be cool too. I'm just saying. So I'm cutting us off at 8 o'clock, no matter what, because that's when I have to make sure everyone else is up to get ready to go out of the house for work and school and whatever. Not school, but
No, but
summer.
that's a good time.
That's
be a
2
good time.
hours.
If I can get up and get my butt online, which will be 7, and stop at 9, that'll be like, my brain will be awake, or it won't be. We'll see.
It'll be 2 solid hours, and then I will basically just jump offline and go to bed. That's what I will do. JC is still reading articles about stuff. Awesome. Oh, Mama Ward is here. Hello. So woke up, saw a message from the child, and hopped onto the stream to leave a like. Stream Hoppers Unite. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us for a brief respite before you go back to. Hopefully, you're going back to sleep. Going back to sleep. I am a very big fan of sleep. As someone who has not been getting a lot of it lately.
Yeah, well,
I say lately like I've been doing it constantly. I have not been. I literally Fridays and Saturdays are weird because I go from working Friday night into Saturday morning, and then sometimes I take a nap on Saturday, and sometimes I don't. And today was just one of those days where I didn't take a nap, and so like I'm really fucking tired because I've now been awake for 48 hours. In another hour, I will have been awake a complete 48 hours because I woke up at like 1 on Friday. So that doesn't sound right. 24 hours. I can't math. I don't know. I've been awake since Friday afternoon around 1-ish. Take that as you will. We'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay. Mama Ward is going to sleep again. Good. I fully approve of this plan. Sleep is overrated by my migraine daily meds make me sleep 10 to 12 hours. Oof, I cannot imagine getting 10 to 12 hours. You have a reason, though. I do not. Okay. Migraines are a very good reason to sleep for 10 to 12 hours. My body gets angry with me if I sleep more than 6. And if I get any more than 8, period, it's like very angry with me. And I'm just like, oh, what did I do to make you mad? Please stop hurting me. I lose so much writing time to sleeping. Sometimes that's just what happens, though. If it makes you feel better, Mama Ward, the reason we were talking about streaming early in the morning is because next week is the 7-day book challenge, and we're both streaming daily. I'm streaming, I think my stream's at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, and your stream is at 10, you said 10:30 Central?
Yes. Yeah. So the time you normally stream on Saturday, I'm doing that Monday through Friday.
Okay. So
And then
9:30.
Saturday, Sunday, I'm doing it at 2 p.m. my time, which would be 1 p.m. your time.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because I just don't want anything super close to the evening and super close to the morning. So I picked the middle of the daytime, I thought.
Nothing wrong with that. I would rather eat and drink to get energy than sleep. Eating and drinking tastes so much better than sleeping. I don't know. I get a lot of good story ideas from dreams. Like a lot. I am on, as far as like transferring ideas over from Notion to my writing journal, I'm on Plot Bunny number 8. And all of these are from dreams. That's just for 2025. I've got more from 2024 and before. But like I remember like tidbits of these story ideas, and they were all dreams. So 8 of these new story ideas are related to dreams. So I don't know. I think I like dreaming, and I like sleeping because of that. So maybe I'm just weird. That's always a possibility. We're not gonna take that into account though. For now. All right. That being said, we got to the bottom comment, the last one. Nixie is waiting on us. Let's do our 4th and final sprint of the evening.
I need headshots on it.
So here is our writing prompt for anyone who wants to use it. You do not have to. And it says, I know you feel like you should apologize when your big dogs get excited and jump on me, but please don't. It's the highlight of my day. So that is our writing prompt. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that's time, everyone. Let us know how you did what you did. I'm going to go ahead and close up Nixie because we are no longer using Nixie. That was our last sprint.
I looked at some stuff online. Nothing. So I was born a long time ago. So I was like, oh, I can just like search up my birth announcement because it was in the paper. Because I know it was in the paper because I used to have a clipping of it in my baby book before it got thrown out. But then after me not finding anything, I was like, well, I'm probably have to go to the library to do one of those like microfilm thingies to find it because it's such a long time ago. That's what I was doing. I got sidetracked.
I got all but 2, maybe 3 entries inputted. I think 3. 2. Maybe. Actually, I really think I just need 1. Yeah, I just have one left. So I'll finish that up, and I'm officially caught up on my writing journal, which will make me happy. And then I added stuff to my Amazon cart that I may or may not be purchasing next pay. And that was the extent of it. That's all I've done. Yep.
Oh, and then my Alaskan sister, she sent me a picture of what she knows is her stepdad and her as a baby, which looks nothing like the picture that her sister said was her. So we were both validated and saying, yeah, that's not accurate. One has red hair, one has black hair. So you riddle me that.
Magic.
Right.
Let's see if I can share. Oh, it is letting me share. Cool. These are the 3 items I put in my cart.
Okay. Pedometer. Ooh, I like the microphone thingy on the bottom.
The lapel.
Yeah,
lapel mic. I've been wanting one of those, and I was like, oh, it's only $25. I'm going to get it.
Send me a link or post it. Share it. Share that one.
I will share all the links to these. I've already shared the camera one.
Okay.
So let me open that tab and open this tab. And then I see people in the comment section. I'll come back to those in just a second. So here is and I got the pink one, not because I'm actually a fan of pink, but because of the fact that my kids are wanting to start doing the same thing where they track their steps.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to get each other different colors. And my kid chose blue. She hasn't settled on which shade of blue. If my husband joins us, he will automatically get green. And I'm pretty certain my oldest, who is my baby bat goth baby, is going to pick black. And I was like, no one will touch the pink one. So I will get pink knowing that no one will touch it. So there's the pedometer. Lavier mic is what it's called. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Close that up because we don't need links anymore. All right. So why is it still sharing? There it goes. Closed out of the picture and it's still sharing. Interesting. Good to know. All right. So that's what I put in my cart and possibly will be purchasing next payday. Might have to take 2 paydays. Okay. Did I not mark?
I don't think.
Okay, there. I was looking for the last comment I starred. I keep thinking about orange is the new IRA and Grand Assassins. I don't know what that means, but I'll have to ask her next time I see her. Renee and Mama Ward both went to bed. That was when I said I put stuff in the cart. And I actually had something else in my cart, but I saved it for later. And that's why the price dropped from 114 to 100.
Gotcha.
Because there was originally 4 items. JC said, interesting. Stephanie also added things to the cart. Hello. It is. I know your name starts with a B.
We're gonna say Bob.
It's not Bob.
Always Bob. No. Brandon, Brian, Brewski, brother.
I'm terrible with names. I feel like it's Brant. That doesn't sound right though.
Butch,
It's not
Berkeley,
Butch. I feel like you're just going through random names now.
Bobby. I have no idea the name. Who came just talk to me down here? Bobby.
The last time he was in the chat, I think I know it started with a B, and I want to say it was like Brent or Brant. I apologize. Welcome anyway. I'm so sorry. I'm really tired. We've done our first sprint, so we're going to eventually get off.
Drink some soda. You'll be fine. I was going to say coffee, but you don't drink coffee, so.
No, I don't drink coffee. Sorry. And even so, I really need to go to bed soon anyway, since I have now officially. I meant to do the math. Okay, hold on.
Let's do the math while we wait to see if Augie Potter.
It is now Sunday.
It
so
is.
1 p.m. to 1 p.m. is 24 hours. 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. is another 12. So in 20 more minutes, I'll have been awake for 36 hours.
It's not too bad. We'll be fine.
I'm so tired. Chat people, everyone's saying hi to each other, and I shared those links. Okay, cool. That is all the comments so far.
I'm gonna share an art project with you. Ready?
Okay. They're stickers.
Nope.
Those aren't stickers. Those are
Nope.
pins.
Yeah, they're like the hat pins that you get like at places to put in your hat. They used to be balance awning thing in my bedroom in the RV. And since we moved here in the apartment, they've been sitting on a shelf waiting for a canvas to put on.
Okay.
Now it's going to be right there. Because, well, I don't have the backs to any of them except for like one because I didn't think I would be taking them off of my wall anytime ever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Some of them were expensive, some of them were cheap, some of them were free. The most expensive one was one that we went and got at the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum.
Okay.
Like $12. But I did hat pins and postcards where we went. Those were the 2 things I got when we traveled around. Because they didn't take up much space. Maybe now I'll collect water globes.
Okay.
Where would I collect them from? I have no idea.
I have one snow globe, and it's because it's egg-shaped. Like the glass is egg-shaped.
Oh,
and it was just so unique and different that I was like, that one's coming home with me. Got it from a thrift store. I've never seen another one shaped like that. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Oh. I legit only have one more.
One more.
One more entry to add.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and add it real quick. So don't mind me. I'm just adding this last entry. That way I can say I've finished.
Woo-hoo. So, do you remember me telling you the other day that I was handwriting some assignments for Jackson for school for next year?
Yeah.
And the whole reason is because it's like it would cost way too much money for me to print it out. And everything's organized, the questions are there. I up to chapter, or not chapter, lesson 58 out of 180. But like the last 4 aren't really that much, or last 5 or so aren't really that much to write because it just says like, these are some points or aspects of fantasy, and now we're gonna have you try writing a fantasy short story. These are some with a mystery, write a mystery short story, that sort of thing. So those aren't gonna take that long to watch.
Yeah.
But I went through, and because they had like YouTube links to videos and things, so I went through And I saved them all onto a private playlist on my other YouTube channel. So that way I didn't have to find them later in case they no longer are available or this website isn't available or, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I did. That's what I did. And then my hand was like, you should stop. So I did.
I know that feeling. Yeah, my hand is like that all the time right now. Because I keep alternating between typing and handwriting.
So
And doing a bunch of things.
my writer's bump came back on my finger. I haven't, because I hold my pen like this.
That's how I hold mine. I've got a permanent indentation in right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's how I hold mine too.
Yeah, so I used to handwrite a lot, and then I started typing everything on the computer. But I do like writing stuff, like mainly when I'm like brainstorming people's names, place names, see how it looks. And sometimes it's just like arrows this way and arrows that way, and circling stuff and putting it in different parts. And that is my way of editing, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, if it works, it works. Oh,
I really thought the author, the Foggy author, would be here to say what their name was. I guess they left.
maybe.
Maybe. It's okay.
I do not know.
Always stalk their YouTube channel and find it. It's a lot of work.
Maybe.
His name is Brett Jackson.
Brett?
Brett, B-R-E-T-T.
Okay, Brett. I'll remember that one day.
It's in the description of his YouTube channel.
Oh, it would help if I read. I'm blaming the fact that I'm tired, and that's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. I don't care if it's true or not.
If you're into books, time travel, and have occasionally forgotten why you walked into the room, hit subscribe and come along for the ride.
I forget why I walk into a room. I forget why I do anything.
Oh, he's in the UK.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. I'm subscribing. Why not?
I finished with that. Which means I can make that bigger. All right, cool. But yeah, I'm officially caught up on my writing journal now, which makes me happy. Which means I gotta figure out what I'm starting with on Monday. Because there's a possibility I could work on the Krampus story, or that may or may not get submitted. I might not. I might decide I don't want to submit it, but I at least want to work on it. And then I could also do the Sultry Solstices, which was my original plan. I don't know.
I get this next chapter written by Sunday night.
Mhm.
And Monday, I start with chapter 3, and I do at least a chapter a day. That would be through chapter 9, which would be
Yes.
over halfway done.
Yes.
So then, in theory, I could get it done within the next week, but we'll see. I don't know. I might have like a surge of words coming out of me randomly one day. We'll see. We'll see how my body accepts or denies my 7 a.m. writing.
Yep.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. I am really tired. I think it's time for me to get off here and head to bed so I can actually get some sleep. Because by the time, I'm really tired.
All right.
So let's go ahead and wrap up.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead for first?
I'll go first. All right. For anyone that's still here after 3 hours and 15 minutes, or anyone that's watching in replay, thanks for watching. My name is Stephanie. I'm in the middle of writing a small town romance series under the name Stephanie Marie Whitson. I have a total of 8 books total written and published out there. I routinely live stream with Skye on Saturdays. I'm also participating in the 7-day book challenge next week, where I hope to write the end to something. By the end, I will be blogging it, and we'll see us descend into madness. The end.
Yay! And for those who don't know, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance. I'm the name St. Hegyes. I am really, really freaking tired. I am burnt like a lobster. And if you check out my community tab, there is information about the different writing challenges that we're looking at doing in the coming future, coming up. And then there's also a link to a form. My 10-year anniversary is actually in 2 days. So I'm going to be doing a live stream Q&A, but I am going to probably schedule that for like July at this point, because I want to get a couple more questions before I do that. Plus, there's so many things going on the rest of this month that I don't want to interfere with, because we got the 7-day book challenge next weekend. The weekend after that is a WC, and then 4th of July weekend, which we're doing a 12-hour marathon. So,
but we are doing it during the day, not at nighttime, so it'll be better.
Yes. More details come on that after we finish up the 7-day book challenge. Let's get through one event first, one event at a time. So 7-day book challenge starts on Monday, goes until Sunday. I think that's all I have. I think that's it. Yes. Thank you all for joining us. I'm going to go get some sleep. Sleep sounds delicious. So bye, everyone. Got to remember how to end these streams and press the right buttons. There we go. Found it. Cool.